Welcome. Greetings. My name is Ramona Ortiz-Smith, and I'd like to offer you a guided meditation on the mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of breath. One of the first foundational practices of mindfulness. Simply take a posture, seated, standing, or lying down, whatever's comfortable for you at this time. And you should be upright and alert, but trying to be relaxed and at ease. We'll practice for about 10 minutes altogether. So I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, a soft gaze is fine. And see if you can just feel the ground underneath you, whether you're seated in a chair, standing up, or lying down. Where is your body making contact? You might feel your feet on the floor depending on the position you choose. You might feel some form of support under your bottom if you're sitting down on a chair or on a cushion. And I invite you, if you're lying on the floor and lying on your back, that you have some cushions underneath you if you need. And before we begin, simply take 3 deep breaths, whatever's comfortable for you, because some people, especially now with COVID-19, are having difficulty breathing, and some people have other ailments as well. So, whatever your deepest breath is, let's take 3 together. The idea is to bring attention to air entering the lungs and air exiting the lungs. Getting in touch with your breath and also the 3 deep breaths help to calm the nervous system and to offer an opportunity for the body to relax. If you need to make any adjustments to your posture, do so now. And if you need to make any adjustments to your posture during the practice, do it with care and with mindfulness. I'm going to ring the bell to mark the formal beginning of our mindfulness of breath practice, and I'll offer you some words, some guidance. And at the end of the practice, I'll ring the bell 3 times. And we'll do this with some periods of silence in between for about 5 or 6 more minutes. Now that you've settled into your posture, see if you can notice, where do you sense the rhythm of your breath? How do you know that you're breathing? How do you know that you're mindful of your breath? Where do you feel it? You might feel it in your chest rising and falling. You might feel it in your throat, at your nostrils, on your lip, in your mouth, wherever it brings you ease, and wherever you think you can focus and notice the breath going in and going out. Not fixing it, not adjusting it or forcing it. No need to count it. Just notice the in breath and the out breath. I invite you to choose the option that's most comfortable for you to follow. The mind will have thoughts. You may drift away, but we have been invited to follow our breath as our anchor, as our focal point, as our mindfulness practice for this time. So if your mind wanders, once you notice that's a moment of mindfulness, thinking, and just gently guide yourself back to your breath. You might feel it in your belly, and it's okay to place a hand on your belly, a hand on your chest to help you get a sense of your breath or to get in touch with it. And just notice your breath, the inhale, the exhale, the rise and the fall of the chest or the belly. And just notice, is the breath short or long? Is it smooth or rough? Is it dry or wet? Is it hot or cold? Is it strong or subtle? Does it stay the same or does it change? Simply breathing in and breathing out at your own natural pace, mindful of breath, your breath. This is our life force. As human beings, we need to breathe in order to live. The breath can be calming, and at times, the breath can be difficult. Sometimes breathing might take more effort, less effort, depending on the circumstances, depending on our own health and well-being. Notice the breath in the stillness. You might even hear it. What does your breath sound like? Listen. If you're able to hear, If you're unable to hear, feel it. Where is your breath felt? And if you've drifted off into thought, planning, thinking, gently come back to your breath. Again and again and again. Those are repeated moments of mindfulness. Every time we drift off and come back, we're mindful. And as we focus on our breath, even for a moment, we can focus on an in-breath and an out-breath. In that moment, perhaps we notice that we are at ease and at peace. This practice is available to us all the time, mindfulness of breath, as long as we are breathing and alive. When you're tense or worried, impatient, maybe take a breath, one or two, and see if you can provide yourself with the one or two moments of peace and ease, just simply by breathing. And in these last few moments of mindfulness of breathing, I invite you to simply allow yourself to relax just a little bit more with the next couple of exhales. Letting go if you can. See if your breath has changed at all since you began. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times. And notice as you hear the bell if your breathing changes. And that concludes our practice. I invite you to gently return to the room. Maybe wiggle your toes slowly, your fingertips. Gently open your eyes if they were closed. Increase your gaze if they were open. And get a sense of your surroundings as you come back into the room. And give yourself some gratitude for taking the time to focus on your life force through the practice of the mindfulness of breathing. Thank you, and be well.